What's going on, guys? My name is Haffo, and today is not an ordinary day. Well, it is, but today I'm doing a tutorial, which is kind of ordinary for my channel, I suppose. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Yeah, today I'm doing a tutorial on After Effects, and it's going to be a scope transition, one that I've seen before and I really liked it, so I thought I would have a go at figuring it out, and it really isn't very difficult whatsoever. You just need to kind of get used to it, if you know what I mean, and it's on After Effects, so I'll just show you what I mean. Basically, this is just a preview of this is just an edit I'm doing for Wackling Wednesdays, and it's this transition you'll see in a second, right? Okay, so basically the scope just flies kind of in. Let me just pause it. The scope comes in across the screen, spinning around like so, and then the screen kind of, as you could see, kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of comes around and it looks pretty sick. So I'll show you how I did that. It's really, really simple. Well, you get the picture anyway. So we're gonna open up After Effects. I've got my clip here, which I'm gonna do the transition on. And basically all I'm gonna do is just push Command Shift D. That's on a Mac. I think it might be Control Shift D for a PC, and that's just to cut the clip at where you're going to start. So I've chose where I'm going to start my transition, which is here when I'm in the scope. I would recommend doing it in the scope because it is a scope transition at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to cut that like that, and I'm just going to drag that to the end of my timeline like so, so it starts there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click this and click time and enable time remapping, and like so, drag it into the middle a sec, sorry. And then where the clip starts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the frame before, like the clip, so create a keyframe at that current time, like so. And then I'm going to go forward one frame, and I'm going to set another keyframe, like so. I'm just going to zoom in, and then I'm going to simply drag my first keyframe however far ahead you want to do your transition. So I want mine to last for about, I don't know, half a second. So think about it this way: you want the scope to roll in, that you maybe want that to last half a second, and then the transition to maybe last half a second. So drag it forward about a second, and then what you're going to do is you're going to drag the rest of that clip to the end like that. So what it's done is effectively, it's just frozen the first frame until that point there, where it continues as normal, which is good. So now, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to push Control D or Command D if you're on a Mac and duplicate the clip. And we're just going to make the bottom one slightly shorter because basically this one's going to be the one that rolls in, and I'll just delete the start of that. This one's going to be the one that rolls in, and the other one is going to be the one that is already there, that just like spins in at the background, if you know what I mean. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pen tool up here. I know I'm not actually, guys. I'm going to do it slightly differently. My expert methods, not really. I'm going to get my ellipse tool, so you just click and hold on the rectangle tool, and you'll get the ellipse tool. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to draw a circle, like so, over your scope, and then you're just going to use you have to select the pen tool. Oh god, no. How did I do this? Then you're just going to drag the edges, but I'm trying to figure out how I did that yesterday. Alright, like so you double click it and then just drag your edges out. Like that. So you're going to fit it to the scope. You're going to be a bit more accurate than me. As I say every time, I'm just doing this for tutorial purposes. So that looks pretty good. And now we're going to, where it says mask, we're going to click the drop down, and when it says feather, we're going to change that to about 10 or 20. It's up to you, really. Like so it kind of doesn't look too dodgy. Maybe 20, I don't know. No. So I'll stick with 10. So you just mess around, see what you think looks better. That doesn't look too bad, and as you see, you've got the scope there, and then the rest appears behind it, and then it continues playing. So now we're going to animate the scope so it rolls in, and what I'm going to do this is just where it says transform on the first, the little masked scope, you're going to click the drop down and then go to position and rotation. So you're going to click your scope and you're just going to hold shift and drag it across the screen like so. You can animate yours differently. This is just how I'm doing it. And so you've got 2 keyframes now, and I'm going to change my rotation to -90. So then as you're going to go to where you want the thing to stop, your scope to, land in the middle of the screen, and I'm going to do mine the frame before the other clip starts, the one below it, and I'm just going to literally drag that in like so, and I'm just going to set this to 640. I was quite close actually. Set the position to 640 so it's dead center where it was originally, and you're going to change the rotation to 0. So now what you'll have is it rolls in your scope, and then this appears behind it. So you don't really want it to appear behind it, you want it to come in nicely. So for this we're going to use a thing called Radial Wipe. So we're going to type it in on our presets, Radial Wipe. And just a little tip guys, if you don't have this little search bar at the side, you're just going to click Window, and there it says Effects and Presets, you're just going to click that and that'll come up there. So you're going to drag this in to the bottom clip, and we're going to keyframe our transition complete to 100%. I set mine to anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, and then go to where the clip starts, which is approximately there, and we're just going to change the transition complete to 0. So as you can see now, what we have is we have the scope roll in, and then we have the thing behind it nicely coming in. But I think that's a bit, I need to change the feather, so you can mess around with the feather once again, so maybe 5, or yeah, 5 looks not too bad, just so it's not too sharp basically. So it rolls in, and you've got your little like wipe, and then you got your gunshots. So that's pretty much it. Really, really, really easy. And yeah, you just like, if you're gonna add that with another clip, all you do is just put that over the end of the other clip. So you put the other clip below it, and then yeah, that should be pretty good. I would recommend like bringing this bit in, the scope in, either on a slow motion or a Twixtor or something, because it could look slightly dodgy if it's still, moving in full motion and a scope flies in. I don't know, it's up to you, but yeah, you can obviously add a colour correction, and yeah. So guys, let me just remind you, I've got a Twitter account if you're interested, and I've also got a gaming channel, and there's plenty more tutorials on my channel, so if you haven't seen my channel, go and check it out, because you might enjoy it, and if you do enjoy it, please subscribe. And I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys later, so see you in a bit guys.